it justice, but I sure enjoyed that story. It says so much about what we do with Bridging Cultures. As I was listening to Eliza's story, I realized, kids, adults, it's about connecting about what you all share and what you like. And Bridging Cultures, as many of you know, our business is forming relationships, say mutually. Our mission is to strengthen our community by bridging cultures through mutually transformative relationships. And we saw that with those two little girls in a small way, and we see that at our events in the summer in the park and in our other activities. And that's what we want to be about, so that somebody was saying this morning, that we see each other differently when we run into each other at Fred Meyer or wherever we happen to see people, if we have a personal connection like that. So, just a review of our activities we're doing right now. We're kicking off our Saturdays in the Park, Sábados en el Parque, this on Memorial Day weekend on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and then every 2 weeks after that, although we are making adjustments in August for our trip to the beach. Some of you may have joined us 2 summers ago when we went out to Fogarty Creek State Park, and that got such good reviews. I saw pictures earlier. We're going to do that again. More details to come. We also have other activities that go on during the school year. We have a bibliotequita that Christina, who helped plan and prepare the meal, does faithfully at Casa Verde Apartments every Monday night, and she's always glad to have somebody come read to the kids. So if you're a high school student looking for some volunteer hours, or a retired person who wants some quality time with kids because your grandkids are away, that's a great opportunity. And the kids do speak English. Almost all of them anyway. We also have some people, programs started here at Zion, but then kind of expanded and combined with Bridging Cultures to teach English classes, and we'll hear a little bit more about that from Tom in a few minutes. I also want to say we changed our board over the last year. We lost Chiara Yoder. She went to France to Bridge Cultures over there. And so we need to get some new blood on the board, and I'm pleased to say we have Charlie Gingrich back on the board after a hiatus. And also we have Camilo Sanchez, who's here. And Charlie, I don't know if Charlie's here or he's out cooking. And we also have Angelica Novo Cordero, who is not able to be here, but you may have seen her at our events telling stories to the kids. She works at the Canby Public Library. And Camilo works at Clackamas Community College as a GED instructor, and so both of them are bringing great energy and ideas to our board, so we're really excited about that. And also Wendell Hofstede, who you know, and Corey Taves also continue along with me on the board. So I also have a really exciting development to announce today, that we have hired a coordinator for our summer activities to give a little more consistency. And you just saw her, Eliza Gingrich, and so we're very excited to have her coming on board to help us with the activities, so that our board can focus on building more programs that have a more year-round presence in Canby. We really appreciate the support you've given us, Zion, through events like this, but also through your budget over the last couple of years. It really makes it possible for us to think about growing our programs and expanding, so that more and more people can build the kind of relationships that we're building in Bridging Cultures. Also, I want to give you an opportunity, if you'd like to get involved, if this is the kind of thing you want to do, at the meal after the service, there'll be sign-up sheets with volunteer roles, or you can always talk to one of our board members. We'd love to have you involved. We have small ways to be involved, and we have big ways, depending on what you're looking for. Hopefully you'll see Jesus in us and in the other people you meet as you do that. One of the things I love about Bridging Cultures is the shared leadership. This Thanksgiving, I was a little bit nervous because things were, it's always a lot of planning for Thanksgiving events. And we had 10, 12 people in my living room. They're planning and excited to do that. And a lot of them are from the Locust Street neighborhood. And we had also a lot of volunteers from Zion. It was wonderful to see people pull together and make that a success. So I would also like to give opportunities for Tom and Jocelyn to share briefly about their experiences with Bridging Cultures and why it's important to them. So Tom, start.
About a year and a half ago, Karen Olmsted's asked Dorothy and me to consider teaching ESL through Bridging Cultures. And just as I resisted Charlie when he wanted me to get involved with delivering lunches, I did not want to do this, and even though I'm a trained teacher. Reluctantly, I took the training workshop so she'd stop bugging us. And I thought the whole thing would fall through, but then classes began and we were assigned time. What we discovered was a surprise to me. Many of our students do not have Spanish as a first language, but they had to learn it as part of their education. For some, their first language was Tarasco, and there are many other languages that I don't even know the names of. A native language in part of southern Mexico, west of Mexico City. So English is now their third language, not their second. Many have expressed that they still pray in their first language because it's the most intimate way for them to speak to God. Most of our students had to stop their education sometime in early grade school so they could work to help support the family. These students work hard with their hands and their backs. Then on Tuesday night, they show up to class ready to learn in spite of a long day at work. They repeat the words and phrases we try to teach them. I've come to see how difficult the English language is to learn. I just think last week, the words read and read, they look the same, but they're different. And there are so many like that. They tell us about their week, the car that broke down, the job that was lost, the triumph of a son or daughter. And there's no bitterness or anger or envy when they say this. They are thankful people. We always come home invigorated. I believe if Jesus were to walk among us again in skin, he would very likely look like one of these women or men. Poor, undereducated, struggling with the local language, yet rich in life experience and faith, ready to love, ready to share what they have. I've been told all my life to look for Jesus in the face of another, that loving our neighbor is the proof that we love God. If our road to Emmaus was the walk from home to Hubbard, or to Canby, or Molana, we would meet Roberto, Elvia, Noemi, Aurelia, Alvaro, Maria, Fausto, Antonio, Emilio, our new friends. The question is, would we recognize him or her?
Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? My name is Jocelyn Diaz. First, I'd like to thank all of you for having me here today, and all of those who have supported and helped Bridging Cultures throughout the years. We really appreciate all your help and support. When my mom, my sister, and I first started carrying Candy, we only knew a few families. It was a bit scary living in an unfamiliar place, even in a town as small as Candy. It was about 5 months before we found Bridging Cultures through a friend. After a couple of meetings, it was Charlie Gingerich who contacted us on account that he wanted our help on planning a trip to the beach. Our life changed after that. Not only did we have one of the best summers of our lives, but we got to meet new people, see new things, and learn about other people's lives. The trip to new places, food at the park, and even the Thanksgiving dinners. We had not only found a new home to live in, we have found a family. We managed to see what not many get to see. We saw a place where people had finally put aside their differences and joined together their knowledge and talents and skills to create harmony. We saw that there really could be peace, and that together we could create a bridge that crossed over the gap left by the scars of our history, a bridge between cultures.
Thank you, Jocelyn and Tom. There's so many stories like this. If you talk to any of our volunteers, some people just come and share some good Mexican food. Some people come and get some flowers or produce that you all bring. Some people get really involved and start planning beach trips and events. And we welcome you to all be involved however you'd like to.